Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to Hours in My Library. And this week, I am highlighting a newer book called London Signs by Bryant, Lillywhite. And it is an interesting book. It's actually a companion book to another one that I have. I couldn't lay my hands on it at the moment, but he did one, Coffee Houses of London. And it's just a listing of every coffee house, where it was, the dates, and so forth. And he's done similar with this, but all signs. There's about 17,000 signs here. I've done a search for Bryant Lillywhite on the internet, and there's no Wikipedia page that I could see. I didn't spend too much time, but I could only find these two books. This one was published by George Allen and Unwin in 1972. And it says by the same author, London Coffee Houses, and it does say in the back it's a companion volume. I'll read from it's the easiest thing is just to read from the front flap here, because it's not a kind of book that you read from cover to cover. It's a reference work, and you can open it up and find, like, Hoop and Grapes, Tavern and Wapping, 1653 to 1698. And 1653 may have been the Bunch of Grapes. It's just little references like that, but I'll read the flap. Mr. Lillywhite has undertaken a long and detailed research into the history of London signs, over 17,000 of them, the results of which comprise 19 quarto volumes that he has bequeathed to the Corporation of London for use in the Guildhall Library. London Signs is an alphabetical index of these volumes. In itself, it provides a speedy reference to signs of every description, as well as a brief account of their origin and meaning. This work gives fascinating insight into the derivation of past and present signs and the social history that surrounds them. Symbols and emblems have been made use of by mankind at all times and in all places as advertisements for trade. They were particularly important in ages of general illiteracy. Signs were common in ancient Greece, Rome, and Roman Britain. And for his description of signs in London, the author has been able to draw on written sources from the 12th century onwards. Many of the earliest were derived from the constellations named after mythical beasts and people, and thereafter used in navigation. They are still in use today, as also are signs reflecting early religious brotherhoods and orders of chivalry, and signs commemorating beasts and figures of legend and fable. The results of Mr. Lillywhite's researches is a book that will appeal not only to the antiquarian, but to all enthusiasts of the City of London. It presents a social and economic picture of London and shows its development through many reigns and through changing traditions and circumstances. This is a companion volume to Mr. Lillywhite's London Coffee Houses. So, it's a very neat book. If I can find the Coffee House one to hand, I will insert that into for next week, but I don't think I will. I think I've moved it into a different pile. I've taken it off. I was on a shelf, but I've taken it off and I've moved it. So, but eventually I will get a hold of it. But yeah, there you go. There's this week's Hours in My Library. I'm just looking because there are some photographs in here, but of course I won't be able to find it. There you go. Not photographs per se, but illustrated. And there. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, BookTube.